What? What is this? Why is this? Uber Eats delivery also stole a sea pickle to make a more so reimbursement. Also, this llama just wandered in and got stuck, so I leashed. What? Okay, that is a lot of sea pickles. Jar pickles. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Okay, well, I guess you're in here now with the donkey. That was not expected. And there's there's another one out here. Okay, sir, what are you trading? Legendary ink for 2, Conjurer's necklace for 20. I'm actually gonna get that conjurer's necklace. Yeah, I don't need anything else. No, no. Okay. And I am now broke. Well, that was eventful. I already have some plans for today that I really want to try to complete, and it involves finishing up the mine. I already did the outside. I did extra scaffolding on both sides. I added a little extra to make the roof feel more like alive and not as empty. And then I also ended up texturing the walls, adding stone from going up from the ground, and also bringing this all along the inside. I think it turned out really great, and now all we have to do is just the grotto itself. I ended up making the beginnings of the mine shaft down, making sure it's easily climbable. I need to do proper lighting and everything, but right now I think it looks pretty decent. It's a nice contrast between all the stone and oh, and if we see here, it is connected to the grotto itself, the main part of the grotto, which I am going to work on carving out right now. And with that, I finished up carving out the little area. The grotto will be fully textured and everything. And to actually make the mine an actual mine, I am going to have the part where I go down to deep slate and strip mine be there. And right here, I am thinking of putting the bubble columns. But now all I need to do is texture. I'm going to use a mix of moss and tough and andesite and cobble, basically exactly what I did up there for the ground. I'm basically going to make it like a lush cave down here, which I think will turn out really, really nicely. The platforms itself are going to be a little tricky to texture because of the fact that there's active water going through. So I might just stop off the river at that point to stop the water flowing to make it easier for me to build. Oh, a little fishy. Anyway, blip, blip, blip. And that should stop the water. That'll make my life a little bit easier. I'm going to work my way up, starting from the bottom, doing the layering, and then work on the walls, then finish up the little platforms. I'll finally be able to be geared up properly and not have just, oh my god, that's about to break, iron armor. Actually have better gear to survive in so I don't die all the time. If you want to, please check out the previous video where I actually finished up working on the interior of the mine here. I think it turned out really nicely, and if you want to see the whole process, please go check it out. What I'm thinking is using maybe a little bit textured like this. Something along the lines. So the majority of the floor will be the mixture between stone and cobble and andesite, tuff, all that stuff. Maybe along the edges here, near water, will be the patches of moss. Maybe along the walls too. I'm really going to just freehand it and see how it looks as I go along. I don't really have an idea of how I want it to turn out. I just hope it looks good and cohesive. Something along the lines of this. I need a couple more moss carpets just to give it a little bit extra dimension. Then it is feeling a little flat, so I'm gonna bring in some items, maybe use some of the sea pickles that I was given. Then I'm gonna add in drip leaf, and I feel like I'll do that after I start the waterfalls, just in case there's any, like, not contamination, but like the waterfalls being hit on the stuff and ruining the items, like making them break. Now, I think along the walls, I want to do bigger sections, not as sporadic as here, just to make it feel more cohesive and not really as busy. So giant sections of andesite with like a little bit of like tuff and cobble mixed in, but a majority of sections then, like majority big sections, then mixing in with the little bricks to add a little bit of texture. And then I could add some little shelving, or no, not really shelving, but texturing with stairs or something along those lines to give it a little bit extra. I'm not sure exactly. As I'm going through right now and building this, I created a little alcove, a little section here, and back here behind the slabs and everything where the glow lichen is, it feels like it's giving a little bit of an optical illusion, and I got a real nice idea. It's gonna make the work a little bit worse, but not worse, but more intense for me. But if I carve out this section, I could create like a little optical illusion, maybe with some glass to give it a little bit of dimension. I could layer. I kind of wanted to make it obvious that something, maybe something magical or crystal-like. So if I use, maybe red glass to pair with the ominousness of the skull, and then layer it with like orange, and then put some glowy stuff behind it, that would look pretty nice. I'm gonna go try that out. I carved out the little area here for the glass work, and I think I'm gonna have to use black concrete along the edges so that when we can see it from the outside, it's not just the stone that we see. There's more depth to it. I think that'll work. Oh, concrete's so expensive to make, so that's gonna be annoying. What's really nice is, oh, there's none here. But what's really nice is, I guess not what's really nice, but what's kind of convenient is that there's only one chunk in that entire river that's actually a river biome, so all the squids just pile up together. So you don't have to go all the way out here to swim to kill them. It really makes it a lot more convenient. Okay. I'm gonna need a decent bit of squids. What? I never looked at the siren until now. What? Oh, there's a squid head on there? Oh my gosh. Oh, that is cute. That actually kind of fits. See, this is what I was talking about how all the squids come into one spot. I think if I just kill them all, then it should be plenty for the black concrete. Yeah, okay, 36. That should be enough. Let me go craft that. Oh, come on. So close. Ended up running out. Need to craft some more. Oh, but that is looking really nice. I know I don't have any, I haven't been to the Nether yet at all, so I don't have any glowstone or shroom lights. So I'm gonna have to deal with torches. I just hope they don't look ugly from behind the glass. But I think all I need to do is just craft a few more, place it down, and then I could finish up the grotto and be satisfied. Alright, the box of black is done. So I want the red to be the one on the outside. So red, orange, oh god, that's hard to see. Red, orange, red, orange, red, orange, red, orange. Okay, so this one will be orange. Then this one will be red, and we'll just alternate. Hopefully this is deep enough. I really don't want the torches to be shown as much. Doesn't seem like it. And I'm out of glass anyway, but maybe if I'm farther away. It's not that bad. Honestly, maybe. Okay, I might just be trying to make myself feel better, but I don't think it would be too bad in the end. I just need more glass and to dye it orange and maybe dye a couple more red and see how it goes. I really don't want to make it pushed farther back. Alright, let's see. I really hope just with 3 extra layers of glass it'll look decent. I have been putting off the nether due to my dying tendencies, so maybe once I do get to the nether... Oh, I'm not gonna have enough. Once I do get to the nether, I'll go back and replace the torches. Yeah, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I just need 1 more of those. For the red, and then I think we'll be done. Honestly, you can't see the torches that badly. So I'm gonna remove all the torches once I'm done with this and just try to see how the natural lighting looks, if any light is coming through the glass. Okay, let's see. Okay, so you can still see the torches a little bit, but honestly, it's not that bad. I kind of like that glowy effect. And then if I remove these 2 torches... You know what? It's not that bad. Not that bad at all. And if I put the slab back to where it was... If you get close to it, you can still see the torches, but when you're far back here... I really like the effect. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with that. Yeah, okay, great. I'm gonna put those torches back though, so no mobs spawn. Alright, back to terraforming. I'm going to start on the little platform soon, but right now it's just working on the walls still. Nope, nope. Great. Great. It's just getting more materials, getting some tuff for the... What? Just getting some more materials for my grotto. And, yeah, I should have seen this coming. Great. Let me just grab my horse and make my way down. Back to the mine. It was Sil's mine, too. I need to figure out where I was at. I really hate these necromancers. They really just pop up at the most inconvenient spots. Not giving me a moment of rest. Not even letting me enjoy my mining trip in peace. I was originally running from the troll. There was a troll there, and I knew I could escape that, but... of course, the necromancer. The necromancer had to appear. Had to appear. Of all the possible times to appear, it had to appear. If you can't tell, I'm a little piffed. Piffed? Peeved? Peeved. Alright, down I go. Though, while I was mining, I did find a mine shaft. I don't know if the other 2 already took claim to it, but... And that was the troll I mentioned. That was the troll I mentioned. And it is guarding my stuff. Great. This is so great. 2 trolls. 2 trolls. No necromancer though. That's nice. Maybe it fell down. Sir, will you just get my stuff? Oh wait. Up. Please tell me they can't. They're swimming up. Okay. I did not. Woof. Just. Nope. You know what? I'm taking that as a loss. That is a loss, and I am out of here. Oh, of course. I didn't mean. No, just there you go. You'll be the downstairs cockatrice. I shall name you Bernadette. Yeah, Bernadette. That fits. Gerald and Bernadette. I I really thought there was gonna be a cockatrice that spawned out of that. I thought I was just gonna throw it. Anyway, I'm putting away the materials that I got from the trip now. Oh, I don't have any tourmaline. Okay. I'm out of space. That will go there. But I have gotten tough for a specific thing. Hi, Gerald. I finished up the um I finished up the area around the mine, like the entrance down into the grotto area, along with the main grotto bit I decorated. Instead of just skipping to decorating the walls going up, I just focused on the bottom. But as you can see here, I textured everything. I lit up with little indents with lighting and lanterns. And it goes all the way down to the bottom, keeping the same pattern of texture that we have at the bottom where the grotto is, just with a couple little bit of indent to give it a little bit more dimension than a flat wall. And then down here, I made it look similar to a lush cave. I put in sea pickles, drip leaf. I put in I think that's ripwort. And I added, just to see how it would be framed, I put in the waterfalls and I had to take that back a little bit just so when looking at it from this position, it doesn't cut off the main focal point, which would be the skull and the light from whatever this is. I really I have an urge to get Silk Touch, though with how many times I die, I can't get any levels. But I have an urge to just put in some Silk Touch redstone. Just some some Silk Touched redstone to put in to mix with that. I think it would look really cool. I might do that eventually, but not right now. But yeah, I think this really made this come to life. I still have to decorate in here a little bit more, but I want to finish up the main area of the grotto going down, and I think I have an idea on how to do it. I want to make it, instead of how this is all instead of this being all sporadic, like how the main parts of the walls, I want the little shelves to be like a gradient. So let me see if I have it. Then I don't have any in my inventory for that, but what it would be tough on the bottom, stone, cobblestone, andesite. Oh, that's perfect, andesite. So it would be a layer of mixing from the bottom being all completely tough. So these little bits tough, then going into stone mixed with cobblestone and andesite at the rim, with maybe a little bit of moss too, just to give it a little bit extra life. But let me try it out on the first one to see how it goes and see how it looks. I think that looks actually really good. I like how the framing of the moss above gets a little bit extra depth to it. Now, it isn't as dark as, well, like deep slate, but I don't think I would want to dip into deep slate here. Instead, I think I will just stick with this. I think I really like how it turned out. And I put all the water in already, so it's all proper with little extra details. I need to work on that one. That one I'll work up slowly as I go. I'm going to terraform the wall in a circle here and just slowly bring it all up. Then I think I'm going to cut back to when it's done. I think it'll look really great when it's all finished. I hope. Oh, I'm without pants. The grotto is finally done all the way up to the top, completely finished, and I really, really love how it turned out. Down here, fully decorated, full of plant life, and I really love how the focal point, like if you go from back here, you can see like it turns and then you fully capture that. Oh, I really love how that turned out. And then if we head up, actually, you know what? I'm gonna use free cam. And each level has a fully decorated shelf thing with glow lichen to kind of draw attention to it, so it's not just in the dark. Same with over here where I built it into the walls just to give it a little bit more dimension because the wall is pretty jagged otherwise, just to give it a little bit more roundness. Then over here I have the same. It's basically repeated all the way up, but I really, really love how it turned out, especially with the texturing on the walls and the glow lichen. It just made it feel so much nicer. I did have to push them back a little bit just to make the waterfall where I want it to. So I edited where the shelves were, and then I added this little one because up we go. Because if we look out here, from here, we could see the gorgeous waterfall from the river, and then on top of that, this area was really blank, and when you're like from over here doing stuff, it kind of, still here kind of feels flat, but when you get close, you actually get to see it and not just a blank wall, which I really, really like. And oh yeah, and then if you look from down here, oh, it's like a nice little drop. Um, I died while building this too many times, way too many times, so many times that it is a problem. And yeah, I'm just gonna add them to the death counter here, just with the screenshots that I took because I was not recording while I was building this. But I think that's it for the grotto itself. I know I still have like the outside shell, the main, like this area that goes all the way up to do because it has no foliage, it has no trees, it doesn't, it's more standalone right now. There's no blending in with the surroundings at all. But that is going to be a project when I actually fully start on the decoration of the build. Not of the build, but of the entire base in general, where I'm gonna put in all the greenery, the plant life, and add like tiny little details to make it all come together. Next build that I plan to do for next episode is going to be a little fishing hut over by the little basin area. I really loved working on the river in the previous episode, so I really want to do a little bit more of that and have some fun terraforming around here and making like a little fishing hut here. Also, we have a mod that makes it really nice to fish. Not like adding a Stardew Valley fishing mechanic, but just adding, well, as you can see, there's more fish. Well, not here there is, but there is more fish and there's Neptune stuff, which I'll find really, really fun to catch. It's like little loot boxes almost when fishing. I think it'll be a lot of fun if I get into that. But other than that, I think that's all for this episode. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching. The grotto turned out really nice, and I know this episode definitely was a little bit on the shorter side, but I think it was great. I really enjoyed myself. Please leave a like and subscribe. It really helps out a ton. And I will see you on the next episode with the fishing hut.